So the banned creatures are really good, but they're very tempo orientated. When you're playing cards like Reflector Mage or Bounding Krasis, those are good cards the turn that they come into play, but then they diminish in value as they sit on the board. Reflector Mage, for example, is just a 2/3, which a 2/3 isn't actually very good. So by being just green-white, you also have a really strong mid and late game where you can go big and also go wide. My name is Andrew Boswell, and I'm playing a Selesnya Collected Company deck. So basically what this deck is just a clean curve of creatures, topping out with 2 Avacyn and 4 Collected Company, so that you have a fair amount of play with how you sequence things. And it has a small Megamorph package. So it's got Deathmist Raptor, Den Protector, and Hidden Dragonslayers in the sideboard. So you get to survive through sweepers, which is really nice. So the mana base in green-white is pretty clean. It's just 10 dual lands, and then a bunch of basics, which is nice because you get to curve out really well, and you basically just never have any mana problems, especially with cards like Knight of the White Orchid, Nissa, Vastwood, Seer. Generally speaking, you have the best mana you could ask for. So the deck is almost all creatures. There's 4 Collected Company, 4 Dromoka's Command, and then the rest of it is all creatures. So for 2 drops, I'm playing Sylvan Advocate, I'm playing Duskwatch Recruiter, and I'm playing Anafenze Kintry Spirit. Those are basically the best 2 drops you can ask for. They're all 2 drops that are pretty solid the turn you play them, but they can all grow to be bigger and do some, fairly powerful things. At the 3 drop slot, I'm playing 4 Tireless Tracker, 4 Deathmist Raptor, and when I sketch out my deck, I include Knight of the White Orchid as a 3 drop because I don't actually like playing it on turn 2. And I like those creatures because they're good on curve, but they also all have a card advantage element to them so that they can be, some good top decks when you get into a mid and late game scenario. And then the 4 drops essentially are the Collected Company and the Dromoka's Command. At 5 mana, I have 2 Avacyn, and then I also have 3 Den Protector, which are kind of my late game haymakers, so to speak. So I think the best card in my deck is probably Deathmist Raptor. The reason for that is because so long as you can pair your Deathmist Raptors with Dromoka's Command, there's almost no way to actually answer in the format. There's Declaration of Stone, there's Anguished Unmaking, but those cards are not played in high quantities, and they come at a pretty big cost. So long as you have Dromoka's Command to clear out Stoke Wraps and Stasis Snares and whatnot, nobody actually has a good answer for Deathmist Raptor, which puts you in an extremely good situation going into the mid and late game. So in my sideboard, I have 2 Nissa Vastwood Seer, 3 Gideon Ally of Zendikar, and 2 Hidden Dragonslayer. They're all basically part of a package where I'm looking to grind someone out. I have 3 Declaration in Stone for token stacks specifically. And then I have 2 Stasis Snare and a Quarantine Field, which are basically my catch-alls. They're extremely good removal spells if your opponent doesn't have Dromoka's Command. And then just to round things out, I have 2 Clip Wings, just because there's some really potent flyers in the format, and I just want to have a clean answer for them. So I think the strongest point of this deck is it has just very good fundamentals. It's only 2 colors, so you don't have to worry about your colored mana situation quite as much. It has a really good curve, so if you're short on lands, you'll usually be able to function, although you'll be at a disadvantage. But it also has a lot of mana sink, so if the game goes long, you're going to be in a really good situation also. And then the removal is you have a lot of good options. You can basically deal with anything. So it's just an extremely well-rounded deck. I personally don't think it has any bad matchups, but until I win a tournament, you got to take that claim with a grain of salt. But I think that it's just like everything about it is just good.